Hey guys, Civilian Soldier 762 here, and today I want to do a quick review on AK47 tech sites. This is something I've wanted to do a review on for a while, and I just haven't. I know when I got these, I looked on YouTube for videos, and I really couldn't find much. There, was maybe one or two. So I just kind of want to get this out there for anyone who's curious. There are two different types of these tech sites available from them. These ones here are AK100S. The other type is these are the 100 series, and there's the 200 series. And the difference in the two are the 100 series have a dual flip aperture, so you could have a larger one for up close and a smaller one for further away. And they are also adjustable for windage and have a locking detent to where it won't move. You can't bump it on accident and affect your windage. Now the 200 series, they only have a single aperture, but they have the windage adjustment and they also have an elevation adjustment. But due to that, I guess it's easier for them, or they could only make it with a single aperture. So for my purposes, I went with these because I wanted the dual aperture. I like to have the ability for close range, or make a smaller aperture for 100 yards or further. So these work out great for me, and I can always just use the front sight elevation if I need to mess with the elevation. So these replace your dust cover, and how it's basically just a standard dust cover that's cut out in the back to fit around their sight there. And the way it works, instead of your standard dust cover like this, which is held on by your recoil spring, the way these lock in place, I mean, they still sit in the same slot. There's that slot there that the recoil spring attaches to, but to take your rifle down is just a little bit more complicated. It doesn't really bother me. It's not as quick as just pushing a button like that and popping the cover off. You've got these detent pins. They're spring loaded on the side, and they're a little small to do with your fingers. So like you can use a bullet, a pin, just anything. Push one in, and then you'll slip it up over it, and then push the other one in and do that, and then it slips up, and you will be able to pull it off the rifle. And then to put it back on, do the same thing. Push it down, and then locks forward, and it's locked on the rifle. So it's not really a big deal. And the reliability of AKs, it's not like you're really going to need to tear it down super fast for anything. So these work good. They're a major improvement over the standard leaf sight, which is just terrible for me. I hate the leaf sight on the AK. It's just hard to use. So these here, I've actually painted these to match my rifle. But the way they come, it's like a grayish parkerized finish. They no machining or drilling or tapping required. Just pretty much simple installation. It takes a few minutes. The one thing you do have to do, it's not really complicated, but your existing recoil spring, the tech sites, see, you have to tell them which type of recoil spring you have too. Most people will have this style. It's like a figure 8 type deal. And what you do is these ones here have the rear part of that assembly in here attached to this. So you'll use your actual existing recoil spring in the front half of the recoil spring assembly, and you'll attach it to theirs, and then you'll have your complete product. So maybe 10 minutes installation time, something like that. It's nothing major at all. No major tools required or anything like that. Another great thing about these is they increase your sight radius by about 8 inches. So on your AK regularly, your sight radius is right here. You've got there and to there. And some people complain that you have a short sight radius on the AK, which actually is not really that true, because if you think about it, like a M4, standard M4, your rear sight's right here, but your front sight is not all the way up here. It's more like right here at the end of your carbine handguard. So really the AK and the M4 sight radius is pretty comparable, but these actually almost double your sight radius. So that's really nice. You know, it helps with accuracy and also just the speed of acquiring your target after you shoot follow-up shots. You know, having this aperture style sight. For a lot of, you know, American shooters, this is what they're used to. And for me, it's a lot easier to use. So, you know, I don't want to go too long on this video, but I figured I'd just show you guys these here. I'll show you, you know, what they look like on the rifle and everything. And these are the AK100S from Tech Sites right here. If you just go to their website, you know, or you can Google AK47 Tech Sites and it'll take you there. And there, you know, there's these and then the 200 series. And the one thing to remember when you order these, if you have a Yugo, like a Yugoslavian rifle, like the M70 AB200 folder or any Yugo style rifle, you have a little bit shorter dust cover, I believe. So you make sure which kind to order. These are the 100S. You'll want the 100Y. The 100S fit on basically every AK out there pretty much. You know, your Romanians, Polish, you know, whatever. Your Sagas, Segas, whatever you say it, they'll fit on them. Chinese, you know, like your Mac 90s. These basically the S, you know, what prefix. Whether you get the 100 or 200, you want the S prefix. Unless you have a Yugo, then you'll want the Y prefix. So that's just something to keep in mind when you order them. And then you just kind of have to decide, you know, what's better for you. Would you like windage and elevation on your sights, or would you like, you know, elevate or windage only but have the dual aperture? For me, this works out good, so that's what I went with. But yeah, I mean, it's a good product. I highly recommend it. I believe these were approximately $110, something like that, and they're well worth it. You know, I highly recommend them. They've really improved my shooting ability with the AK and just ease of shooting. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you have any questions, just leave me a message. And here's just a quick view of the way they look on the rifle. Let's see if I can give you guys a well, I doubt I'll be able to actually line them up for you, but it's basically what you got there. So yeah, I highly recommend these. If you're looking for something better than your leaf sight, I suggest to give them a try.
Maybe I should cry for help. Maybe I should kill myself. Blame it on my ADD, baby. Maybe I'm a different breed. Maybe I'm a